How's it going, guys? So today in the PhantomCave YouTube channel, we're going to be having a look at what I got for Christmas. So you could probably call this a Christmas Phantom comic haul video. So that's what basically it is. Right now, we're having a look at the first actual book of the series of this actual video. And so the book is the 13th edition of the Hermes Press reprint of the original Lee Falk original stories of the Avon novels. So we've got some awesome stuff to show you today, and in this actual book we actually get to have a look at the Island of the Dogs. So the Island of Dogs, you're probably saying, this is probably a classic story by Lee Falk. It is a classic story by Lee Falk, and it's been adapted by a author, and these books were published, I think, back in the 70s, and I have like a fan/friend on Instagram who actually has a couple of the original issues, which is probably 3 or 2 of them. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and it has an extraction from Lee Falk, the master himself, and a guy from Paris, which is Francis Lascassin, is a lecturer at the Sorbonne, Paris, France, and those articles were written back in the 1970s. And this book and the next book we're going to be having a look at actually has 10 chapters. And a local Brazil artist called, I think, he's a professor at like a university in Brazil itself. And so he actually bought a couple of these novels, but obviously they weren't in the English version, they were in Brazilian text. And what I found so great about is that even though comics can be produced in any language, it's great to see that we actually get comics that are produced in all types of language, say Brazil, India, Australia, USA, UK, and a lot of these comics that are produced are very, very good. There's probably a small percentage that could need some work, but we will get on to the next book. And the next book of that series is, again, number 14 of the Avon series, the Avon novel series, and is reprinted by Hermes Press. So I'll actually go back and I'll show you the original sort of cover for the book of number 13, and then we will have a look at number 14, the Assassins. Now, you may be wondering, how has he got that in the plastic? How has he got a bag to fit in the plastic? Well, in the bag itself, I have basically made sure it's all lined up and it's the correct size. Obviously, the original bag, it wasn't the correct size. As you can see, there's overlap and everything. But you make sure that the plastic is actually right on the comic or the book. And then what I've just done is just put sticky tape on it, and yeah, it's sealed. So it's pretty cool. these reprints obviously were done by Hermes Press. You can reach out to them via www.hermespress.com or at facebook.com/Hermes Press Publishing, or on Twitter, twitter.com/Hermes Press. So we've had a look at some great books right now, and I'm hoping on getting a few more of these novels with the Christmas money that I got. And I'm up to the 14th page, which is the start of the first chapter. And I will be showing all these books that I got on the channel soon. And another book I have with me right now, which I've already read and I will be doing a review coming in February, is The Phantom, the Triad Saga. So this Phantom book is actually the third actual trade paperback that Few has ever done. And without doubt, I reckon it's got to be one of the higher qualities. It's got to be one of the good books. And the Triad Saga, I hadn't even read the Triad Saga. So that was a very good point to make. We will be having a look at this comic very, very soon. In February, there will be a review coming out in February. And obviously, I've got to show you the cover. It's a magnificent Romando Felming cover. So yeah, it's a good book. It has a new sequel with the Tiger Queen in it. Somehow she survived. And you can get it at www.phantomcomic.com.au, or you can get it on, I think, Booktopia. And as we all know, Booktopia is an online Australian-based company that allows like Phantom fans, book lovers, to actually buy new Phantom books or books in, well, cheaper sort of stuff. So it's a good book. I will be reviewing it, and we will be getting on to the next book. Okay, the next 4 books, you are probably going to be surprised and probably shocked that I've even got these. I'm just going to say the Regal Comics, The Phantom, from number 1 to number 4. Check that cover out. Check it out, peoples. I haven't actually read these comics yet, so I don't know what all the hype is about, but it's great that we're actually seeing Phantom comics in India. India haven't had a Phantom comic in there for a very long time, I don't think. And it's great that we're going to be seeing some. The next one is obviously issue 2, if you can see it. Next one being issue 3. And of course, they all have 2 stories in it. And with the new actual Christmas specials coming out in the last month, I hope Few gets a few of those issues so I can get some. Yeah. Again, we have issue 4. Amazing art by Luca Berta. He's been doing some great things in the community in the last probably year or so. So it's great to see that we actually see great cover art and great art in reality. So the next book we will be having a look at is quite a historical sort of book. I will be having a look at in probably a live session with the fans. It's quite a big book, I'll tell you that right now, and it has a lot of information in it. And the book is From Sunbeams to Sunset. The rise and fall of Australian comic book from industry from 1924 to 1965. Researched and written by Graham Cliff. That is a big book. Yes. I'll read this. By 1954, there were about 72 million comic books being sold every year. That was a clip from Sydney's Observer in the 1960s. We have about 350,000 chucklers in the Chucklers Weekly, 1955. The Sydney Morning Herald in the 1940s went on to say that the production of Australian comics has reached a peak undreamed of before the war. 4 Australian artists have produced 5 32-page comics, which have had a total circulation of 250,000 in 4 months. That was done by Sydney Morning Herald in 1940s. Now, this is quite a large book, so we will be having a look at this in a further future live stream. So I hope you enjoyed all these books that I have been talking about. I hope you got some very humoristic sort of styles to it. And as you all know, please subscribe to the Phantom Cave down below, and we'll see you next time. See you.